Okay, what's your question?
For homework 4, I was supposed to make one post like that is going to trigger all the exceptions, but we have to have multiple which trigger the exceptions.
You have a one post, but that post might have multiple component, which trigger at least 20 exception.
Oh, because I think in the homework prompt it said submit their answers.
Right, the answer is that post, one single post.
Oh, okay.
So it's not really submit the answer to the canvas. It's really submitting the post to the server. So the server will automatically count how many exceptions you generate. And based on that, it will assign the grade. And of course, the author's name must be team name, such that we can assign the grade appropriately.
So Sharon and I tried to submit like our JSON post, and like we modified like a lot of things, but it still said we only had one exception. So we were like a little bit confused why it wasn't like generating more.
Okay, let me hold on 1 second. I will allow you to. I will. Sorry, I'm having allergy here and there. Let me allow you to share. Let me grab something. Where's my? Okay, I'll be back in 30 seconds. So you can.
Just the master directory.
Yeah.
You have to change them.
So then he said
The C
whole time trying to fix it, but like that he was gonna have memory.
Which C flag is it? It has to be.
Is it working?
He said he did get it to work, but with the reasons. So it's not a good sign.
That's not the worst.
The main C flag.
Oh, so should we
Yeah,
download
I
it
just
again?
I don't know if it's updated.
Okay, I'm back. So is that possible for you to share your screen? So about your post, I can take a look.
You want me to compile again or
No, I just want to see the post itself, the JSON itself.
this is like still very rough drafts kind of
Do you think you can post, you can share the screen over Zoom?
yeah, it should be sharing. Is it not showing?
Oh, because I'm sharing. Okay, now I see that. Okay, can you move up a little bit? I want to see. So what is the single error message you see? What's
Here's like the latest compiled.
okay?
It was right here.
Okay, so it's a post ID. Because it's a post ID, it tells everything. So it won't even proceed to generate more. So look at your post ID in line number 2. You put 2 hyphen there, remove 1 hyphen. Okay, and then save it and try to run it again.
My thing saves on.
Okay, let's go back. Let's see how many you got. Now you have a lot.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. You already have a 32. Okay. All right. So hold on. Let me actually see whether there's any array. Can you go down?
Oh, on my.
Yeah. If it's 1, then if you have I only count. You see that there was an index at 0.
You see that there was an index
I only
at
count
0.
those with 0.
I only count those
because 1 means
with
it's
0.
the second element.
Because 1 means
array.
it's the second element of
So
the array.
multiple elements.
Okay.
So
multiple
you can
elements.
count
So
how many
you can
zero
count how many
you
zero
have. I
you
will
have.
the server
I will
when
the
I
server
brought
when
up.
I bring
it will
roll up,
actually count for
it
you.
will actually count for
So
you.
it looks
Okay.
good. You can
So
see that
it
you
looks
already
good.
have
You can see
lots of
that you
exception. Let's actually go over up a little bit to the first element. Let me tell you that first one, the person need to have attribute VSID, which you don't have.
Mhm.
The second one is a person, it needs a name you don't have, because if you take a look at the author Daniela,
Mhm.
Danielle Sharon, right?
Mhm.
So what is author? Author, okay, can you unshare your screen? So I want to tell you that this is the fun of the program. Just want to explain on why you're receiving all this. Let me share my screen. Okay, okay, before I go to your question, I just want to let everybody know this is a mystery. Okay, so what I did, let me tell you that what happened. If I go to, this is the bug. I have this morning that really frustrate me. JSON to object. Is actually to the front. Oh, not to the front, to the two, related to what you just have.
Mhm.
So over here in the code, at the end of the code, I have a one line that's actually going to delete the pointer, which is duplicate. Okay, it's supposed to work. If I unblock this, just this one line, I'm going to, do the, okay, so now if I run the server, I run the client, you see that I immediately got a malloc error. Okay, so so what I did, I mean, this is still I still don't think this is the right fix. If I comment this out, and then I run server, now I run client, I can run it. So the server is working. Okay, so I don't know why that delete seems to corrupt my memory. I'm still, I'm going to release the hack, which does not do the delete. I don't think you guys is going to burn out my memory very quickly, but I'm actually going to let you know that that was what I'm struggling. I spent hours. Okay, so now go back to Danielle and Sharon, your post. Okay, so just let me tell you that why is a problem. Let me go to post dot cpp. If you go to JSON to object, that it has a attribute called author.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's take a look at the author. Okay, it's called from. Okay, in the JSON it's called from,
Mhm.
not author. So so go back to when you write. Can you share your screen again? Okay, so if you take a look at your, oh, it's a from. That's good. That's good. Okay, you have a from there. Okay, okay, that's fine. Can you unshare your screen? So the from is fine, but what is from is this. Let me actually do that. But what is a from? A from is a person. So from is a person. So I mean, in the C++ attribute is called author, but in the JSON world is from with the attribute. Let me actually show you an example to see what it should looks like. If you go Ting Alpha, okay, take a look at this. So what is a from? From is a object, which is a person object. And what is a person object? A person object, if you take a look at the, get rid of this, go to person. if you go to a person, if I want to look at the JSON format of the object, I will look at dump to JSON. So over here, you see that the dump to JSON, it will print a name, a VSID, and the home, which home is the object of the GPS DD. That's why when we go back to see this one, you see that the first one is a name, is a string. And VSID is another string. But the third element, home, is a GPS, which is an object. So it has latitude and longitude. So that's why. So that's why when the exception, it will catch, because you only put under from, you only put like an author and a name, which you should put this three instead.
Okay.
So it will, just this is going to give you 3 exception, because doesn't have a name, doesn't have VSID, doesn't have home. Oh, by the way, 20 exceptions is not that hard, okay? There's just
So should I resubmit it with these things, or should I just leave it with the 32 exceptions since that's already more than 20?
yeah, that should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just submit as it is.
Okay.
But I hope you can learn,
No, I
learn
understand. I
about
definitely
that. Yeah.
understand.
Especially when you need to deal with final project, because final project, you want to remove all the exception that you will cause. Okay.
So we're basically good? for
Yeah,
the-
you're good for
okay.
homework 4, but I haven't run my server.
Oh, so
You should submit with your server. Once the server, I have a record, I will announce that,
Okay.
okay, now you can submit homework 4, okay?
Thank you.
So homework 4 is not too bad. When I lower the bar from the maximum to 20, I think it's much more doable.
What's the maximum?
I try to figure out, it's probably, I will guess it's about 100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if I really want to tweak, I think I can make a 100. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
but it's, yeah, you guys, we don't have a lot of time. So
Okay.
I think, yeah, 20 is fine. Yeah, you got the, at least, I mean, you got the spirit for the 20. You should be able to just extend that knowledge to do whatever.
All right, so we'll
Okay.
resubmit when the server's running.
Right.
Thank you.
By the way, when you run the client update, it's already reporting how many, on the client side, it's already reporting how many exception you have. So, but you want to be recorded in the server side.
Oh, it needs to be off instead of.
Any other question? Okay.
Yeah. let's- That was me.
Yeah, I feel homework for the person.cpp already give you at least 3. No, person.cpp can give you 6 already, because it's key missing 3, and then mismatch the type 3. So just the person.cpp, you should get 6 already. And the other you can get from key from other place. Yeah. And then you have a GPS, you can get another 4. So this 2, you already got 10, but between GPS and the person.
Oh,
You have a question, Sebastian?
I do. So
Sure,
I'd
go
like to
ahead.
get some clarification.
Of course.
We're essentially just
It's a lot.
modifying this JSON, I mean, this object, and then trying to trigger all those exceptions within the server.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but you also trigger the exception on your client as well, because currently, can I show you on the screen? In the client, let me go to the update.
So we need search as
oh,
well.
no.
Search, you don't need that for
Is that for
homework 4.
Or the
It's
final?
only for final.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's go to so this is update. So what the update is doing is that the update at this point is going to call this one. So it's going to try to convert. So this one technically is not necessary, but I put the check there in the client side to put so the MJV was the file that you actually enter as like this. Okay, so MJV represent the JSON value that from the input argument, the file, the whatever the JSON you're going to tweak.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can see that they were passing that in.
Right, exactly. So and then let me do a little bit. And then what you will do is that you will, when you do this, my client to update later in the code, it will actually send it to the, so this is a remote procedure call. This is going to contact the server. So I should probably just get rid of this. I don't need this. I'm actually have a lot of redundant input. Okay, yeah. So let me show you a example in my case. The server is still running. Okay, my server is running. So I can do this. My client, you see, my is Ting Alpha. Okay, with this update. And let me see how many exception I have. I have a one exception. Okay, one exception saying that my class core home host URL. So it must be something to do with host URL, which I missed that key at some point. So I'm going to modify alpha. What is that? Ting alpha? Ting alpha. Yeah. So there must be like a URL or home URL. Let me check. Yeah, I have a home URL here. Why they complain about this? That I don't understand. I'm actually trying to look at what is the home URL. Why is the home URL there? Let me actually check. Um, home URL star.cpp. What? Nothing? What was the error message? Hold on. Yeah, this is sometimes I have to be very careful about what I. Is key missing host URL, which means I must have that in that directory. And I said home doesn't have it. What? No problem. That's really strange. Is that under H? that bothers me. I don't have anything to do with home URL. Why is giving me the exception? Is that a typo somewhere? Yeah, you see, this is the place. It says home URL. Host URL, not host. Oh, it's host URL, not home URL. You guys didn't tell me. Okay, all right. So that's my fault, obviously.
It's very subtle.
Yeah, I know. It's frustrating. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so this should be host URL. All right. If I do this, my server is still running. Yes. So if I do this, then I don't have any exception. Okay, so this one I'm showing you is a perfectly syntactically good JSON, post JSON that's going to not causing any exception. So okay, now I want you to give me some help. Which part you want to tweak? Anything? Anybody? Can you provide me a what?
Let's do.
Home. Okay. What do you want to change with the home?
Probably one of the. Yeah, we can do latitude. Or
Sure. So let's look for home. Okay, home has latitude. Let's add a few T. Okay. And then the longitude, I'm going to make a string instead of make it a number. So that should give me 2 already. So if I run this, okay, so let's see. It should give me 2 already. Let's go up, go up. You see, there are 2. Already 2 exception, count as 2. Number 1, it says missing a key, right? Key missing, which is a latitude, because the second one is what? The value type mismatched, which is a longitude. Okay, so you kind of take this and then tweak such that you trigger the exception
oh,
code.
so that's the idea.
What?
That's the idea.
That's the
Essentially
idea.
Trying to like break it.
Try to break
Okay.
it. Yeah, exactly. Try to break it. Yeah. Yeah. In this case, we try to have you break it, and later you know how to
Oh,
write the detection
And we
code
do
after you're done with this course.
Right.
Yeah.
Is the server running?
Um, no, but let me try to get it set up. Okay, because I have 2 things I need to set up. I have to set up the let me see. I have to set this up first. Okay, I'm running the ng-rock, and now I'm actually going to run into the server. Okay, so in the server side, I have to change the port number because I was set up my ng-rock to be 8300. So I have to change this to 8300. Okay, to make it match. But I'm going to change one more thing. Okay, here is the change. So you're going to receive this my JSON2 file. Okay, you're going to do that. Let me see, where do I have that exception? Not here. Okay, it must be here. So I'm going to add a line here. I'm going to throw the result, I believe. It's rj.jptr. Yeah, I made a lot of changes today, try to get this to work. So I just want to make sure I didn't. Okay, so it's here. I am going to do this. I'm going to make a unsigned int exception count is equal to 0. And over here, I'm going to do exception count is equal to this number. This is more than the actual number, but I'm going to put that number here. Okay, let me see. Yeah, size. And then I'm going to do star rj ptr exceptions count is equal to this exception count. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to make it. Okay, I'm going to make a server running. Okay, so let me test it myself first, okay? I'm going to change the update. So first I have to change the port number to BAT300. Let's change this to I have to change to this URL, which is this one. I have to copy this one. And I have to change this to this way. And I'm going to remove some of the unnecessary output so I can focus. The remove all the JSON difference I did. Okay, this should give me the output I want. Okay, so this one I'm sending to a server. Let me try it. Okay, so this is the return. Does it give me exception count? No, it didn't give me exception count, right?
No, right there too.
Well, this is the exception, but it didn't give me the count. Does it? And it's strange. It also gave me like a 2 is published. It gave me 2 is published, but it didn't give me the exception count. What? What did you say?
Isn't it at the top, exception count, or? is the
Well,
exceptions count too?
I'm actually expecting a exception space count is equal to 2. Let me look at my server code. Just did see that here I assign exception count to be 0. And over here, I actually assign the value to be this way. And then at the end, what I did. I have 2.11. Let me see if it's actually show up on the server side. You know what? I know what happened. I forgot to run the server to reset the server. I probably forgot to run this. Did I make? Let me check. That's very strange. So the server is not doing what it's supposed to do. Wait a minute. Did I? Oh, okay. I did something which is, that's why. Sorry, I made a mistake. Okay. Now you see there's an exception count 9. Okay, but that's not true. I actually only had 2 exception. Why do you count 9? That's, I don't know why. Doesn't make sense, right? Let me go back to my server code again. What happened? I mean, it's fine for the student, right? At least it's not deducting your credibility, but that's not right because here I have exception count.
I never tried one. I haven't changed anything, I just wanted to see, and I still get one exception. It says JC value. Oh,
Okay, I'm going to do something here because this is supposed to be the place,
Which is.
okay.
It's obviously the running. Some sort of. And then. Sorry. Yeah, but that's what we're talking about.
I mean, today I have a lots of all kind of weird bug. I'm sorry, I have to do more debugging.
Yeah. Are you supposed to run the server on our computer as well, or?
No.
the client? Oh,
Just the client. You can run the server only for your own testing purpose. Okay. But you need to run it against the server so you can, your core, your grade can be recorded.
where is it ran in? Is it ran in
Run it on my computer.
And we do that by using your URL. The
Oh,
URL.
that's how-
Right, right, right. That URL will come here. Okay, let me try one more time. Oh, today is not a good day for me.
Oh, yes.
Alternate.
We took a lot of it out.
Yeah, I can remember. Let's go to.
So no action.
Or I think we had actions, but it was just different.
It says it has 9. Why it has 9? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me take a look at this. Exception count. Exception count is info vector size. Let me check info vector. It should be ecs36b exception cpp h. Let me take a look at this. So info vector is a vector. Yeah, it's just a vector. Why has the size become 9? That doesn't make sense to me. Yes, please.
A question on why it says response is invalid null. Like it just ends the.
Can you share your screen?
That told me, and I did it, let me find the way after that.
Can you share your screen? I won't. Okay. So where it says
Are you running the server? When I was running the server, that's when I was getting it. I terminated my server and then it went.
Oh, so they're just running my server.
Yeah,
Oh, is this because I haven't done the link yet?
yeah. But if you just run the client, you still get the exception, so you don't need the server, right?
yeah, if you can actually get the from the client without.
So this is working then, I can get the exceptions even if it's on the one.
No, this is a different kind of exception. That exception you just highlighted, it is because the server is down. So that is not an exception we're trying to look for.
Well,
Okay.
I can still get the other exceptions.
Right, right. You can actually test it with your local. When the server is up and running, then you can actually send it out.
Will you let us know when that?
I feel you can do it now. In fact, I think you can do it. Just give me 1 second. I want to check on that. Can you unshare your screen?
Files slash.
Yeah.
I just know that it's easier.
It was just one of those options.
Right, right. So, yes, let me actually
Oh, update.
look for update.
Just those two, and then the JSON.
Yeah, I just like made the entire directory, then ran. So JSON with the updates file.
Oh, so like in duplicate, yeah. So we just have
I
to
think
switch
these.
orders and stuff around, so it's not.
Strings.
Yeah.
Okay,
Trying to make,
like switch the
the
data.
intentional typos.
Like we can switch
Oh,
over
intentional.
the orders and then like what's actually missing or not
And
missing.
the names and stuff.
And then it's, yeah.
Let it tell.
So, you never know. Did you change this ID?
Literally just.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
And I did like a really.
Oh wait, that might be, because you changed those back to doubles, so that's probably why.
Name.
Or didn't work. Didn't work. It's so hard to break through.
Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do
Yeah, it has to be a string.
So.
Yeah, but we're trying to make it.
see out,
It's like, when it's not working.
star LV exception PTR to the dump to JSON.
Okay.
Or you called it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. mine
Oh. Wait, huh?
Okay, I'm running the server, I'm running the client. So from the client perspective, we have only 2 exceptions in this case. But from the server perspective, I have 9 of them. So now I'm actually printing what are the 9 exceptions. So this is the exception, I believe it has a 9. Let's take a look at that. JSON value key missing the action. It doesn't have the action. It doesn't have comments. It doesn't have an owner VSID. It doesn't have a reaction. It doesn't have a home. Okay. What is 2 exception over here? It's so over here is a latitude and longitude. But over there is a 9 different other exception. Why is that? Oh. I think I know what's going on here. Okay. So remember we have this this particular one that I actually have this, where's my arrow? Okay, I have the arrow of this two, and I have the arrow of, I actually have all this other things such as action is a zero, comments are zero. So when we do JSON to object, or JSON to object, it actually clean everything that's a zero, and also mistake is actually don't count. But if I do this, then I should get 9. And I'll tell you now I know it's why I can understand. So what I did here is on the client side, I did this, right? I converted to the JV. So what I can do is I can, if I don't do this, instead, when I send to over there, let me actually tell you, I get rid of this. Because this was the conversion. So what I'm going to do is I will just directly put JV. I just directly put JV. So what is a JV? JV is, yeah, JV is the, JV is what I got from the, from the file, okay, from the file. But because on the client side, I did this JSON to object, I kind of reshape the JSON. If I don't use that reshape, but directly using the JV, I'm expecting to get exactly 2 exception on both sides. Oh, wow. What do I have? Why I have this trouble? Okay, you don't like that? That's fine. That's funny. It doesn't like the. So I will just say JV dot to style string. Okay, let's see if compiler will be okay this time. Okay, so now, okay, just let you know, previously there are 9 exceptions. So if I run the server and now I run the client, now let's look at exception, number of exception E. 6. That's also strange. It has 6. It's not 9, but it's a 6. Let me see what are those 6 they have complaint. So they still have complaint, action, comments, owner ID, reaction. It complained latitude and longitude this time. But it actually complains something else, like you don't have enough comments and owner ID because I don't have that. Okay. Yeah, I guess in the transformation, sorry, the transfer process from the client server, certain things get wiped out, like the keyword for action, keyword for comments. So let me actually do something else. Let's get the action back. Okay. So let's do an action. By the way, you can use the server now. I'm already turned it on because it actually generate a few more than necessary, but it's probably okay. So I'm not going to do 0. I'm going to do 1. And action, what is action? Let me take a look.
Do I have to alter anything on my end to use the server?
Yes, you please go ahead, use the server. Now, what is it? The action has to have a name. And that's it. Okay, that's easy. So I will do name is equal to whatever. Okay, so I have one key value pair. I think that's it, right?
You should have cheddar.
You're welcome. This is, do I have object? Need to be object, sorry. Yeah, it has to have an object. Okay, fine. So, okay, so I'm actually going to have one value. Okay, so I'm expecting after this, I should only have a 5. Exception count become 10. That's even better.
I also just submitted mine, so I don't know if it went through or not.
I can check. This is 6. Yeah, this is 6. So what's your team name?
Danielle_Sharon.
Let me do this is kind of flaky, but let me just minus I D A N.
I-E.
This should be enough. It's not that long. No, it's not in the log.
Oh.
Let me check the hold on 1 second. Where's my Emacs? Oh, it's here. Let me check what I have here. Let me see if I can find alpha. Yeah, I have alpha over here as my as one of the submission.
Mhm. Oh, do I have to add the link to the server on my end? Like the host, like the 8300?
Your update need to have this line. Let me actually, your update need to have so your update need to have something like this.
I believe I have that here. I can run it again.
Okay, why don't I don't do anything and you run? Let's see if I will see your input. Okay, why did you run again? Okay, I got something. But if you see the 2 has nothing,
Mhm.
and it has 22 exception, but I don't have author.
Oh. My end looks like how it did before, the same.
Okay, so can you share your screen? Now I understand because the front is missing, but you cannot mess up with the front.
Mhm.
Because the front is important. I want to keep the information. So so can you share your screen again? Okay, so can I see your JSON? Okay, so this front, it will not be recorded because,
The other-
right, you don't, can you unshare your screen? So the front need to be, looks like this. So messed up with 2, but don't mess up with front because the front is important for you to be recorded correctly. So the front part should have all 3 to make sure the front object get recorded.
Mhm.
Okay, so if you have the three, then it should be. Okay, unfortunately, I'm running out of battery. I'm
Okay.
going to stop recording and we can continue to talk